Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, but today we're going to talk about this pack offer right here because it is stirring up quite the hype. Some people are very glad that they are able to pick the relics that they want, but some people are like, man, which one do I pick? So I figure I'll just make a video going over some of the key relics I think that are important for anyone's account, and from there you guys could decide which one you want, okay? Because it's hard to say which one you should pick. The best thing I could do for you is just give you the information and you decide for yourself. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so first up is Ceres. Now, a lot of people are really liking Ceres Fire Relic, but for me personally, I do acknowledge that it does do a lot of damage. So I'm not saying it's a bad relic, but I really don't think it's that impactful because look, this thing here can hit hard, okay? But it's not something you need because in arena, yes, you could do some damage with it. However, you got Airwick doing most of the heavy lifting, so I don't think that's a good case to pull for this weapon to do damage with Ceres. Ceres there more for speed boost and a nuisance, right? And then people did use it for the new dungeon, but however, she kind of fell off from that scene too. So this relic here, yes, it's nice to have, but I don't think it's something you should directly go for unless you have everything else already. Alright, so when it comes to Morgan, you really have to ask yourself two questions, okay? Are you a PvP player or a PvE player? Because I really think her relics reflect those two game modes. Now, her Fire Relic is pretty good off the bat, but when it comes to the Frost Relic, it's really a PvP weapon because what this allows you to do is pretty much boost up any champion you want. Maybe you want to boost up Airwick to do the damage first, or sometimes you might need to boost Nika to get some heals, or Gillien, whatever, right? So her Frost Relic is really a PvP weapon. So if you're really into PvP, get that. But her Storm Relic, now this one here is a straight up PvE weapon, okay? Because the A2 allows you to put that double defense down, and then the A3 really lets you do like a recovery block and stuff like that. So it's really helpful in all the PvE content. So you really have to ask, what are you struggling on? Do you need more firepower in PvP, or do you need more firepower in PvE? And I think that's the best way to break it down. And then with that information, you could decide which one you would rather get. Alright, when it comes to Nika, you cannot pull her relics yet through the summoning tickets, but you could buy one, hold on to it, and then eventually get it that way, right? But her Frost Relic, I would say, is a must pull. This relic is really good in PvP because the big advantage of this one is that it does heal for a lot, plus it does not attack. So if you're going against the Anya's and you're using like her Fire Relic, you will attack, then Anya counters, and you know how that goes, right? So the Frost Relic, I think, is a must pull for sure for any PvP player. And you know, I don't know if it's necessary for PvE, but for PvP, it is a must pull for sure. Okay, so when it comes to Anya, it's a little bit tricky because one, you could get all her relics through the relic shop, so maybe you don't want to waste your relic ticket. However, all of her relics are really good, so if you can, definitely try to get all of them because her Fire Relic really works well in the new dungeon, and then her Storm Relic really works well in PvP. So once again, this is going to be up to you. Which content are you more focused on, right? So I can't tell you which one to get, but definitely having the said relics will give you an advantage because I don't think any of her relics are must-haves, but they are definitely really nice to have. So yeah. All right, next up is Gillien. Now Gillien used to be the premier healer, but now we got Nika. She kind of fell off. People don't use her as much, I don't think, but if you do want to use her, you want to go with the Frost Relic, okay? Now, I don't think this is a must-have either because you could also buy this from the relic shop, but if you don't have a strong healer, people used to use summoning relic tickets for this Frost Relic, so it's really hard to say for your account. If you have Nika, you could probably wait for it to pop up in the shop, but if you don't have Nika and you really need a healer, then this is something I would go for because a lot of people did during the early stages of this game. Oh man, Lancelot, man. Lancelot's a cool dude, man. Like he will, this dude right here.
Okay. Well then. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
But anyways, look, Now, his fire relic is sick, okay? His ice relic is also sick. And I'm gonna have to say, man, this ice relic is a must-have. Like, this relic between the ice and the fire relic, it does so much work for you in PvE. Like the Forbidden Dungeon, it's massive, man. You gotta have both of these relics if you want to clear a lot of that content with ease. So I'm gonna have to say this ice relic here is a must-have for PvE content. I highly recommend this one for sure. Clarin. Now this champion here, I'm not gonna lie, man, like at first I didn't like her too much, but she is starting to grow on me and she's actually not that bad. She's actually pretty useful. So I would have to say definitely consider getting her ice relic. I don't think it's something you must have for sure, but it is very helpful because Clarin is great in PvP and PvE. So I think, you know, if you want to up your account a little bit and you're looking for that extra spice, I would definitely go with Clarin's ice relic, but also this could be purchased in the shop. So yeah, make your decisions wisely. I swear I feel like there's a lot of maintenance, you know what I mean? A lot of maintenance. Anyways, another maintenance is going to happen, so I gotta hurry up with these videos. But Lot here, okay? Now Lot's fire relic is really good. You could get this in the shop also, but you know, if you're really struggling in Forbidden Dungeon and you just want to use this brainwash skill, this thing is fantastic for clearing out a lot of PvE content. I would say this one is a must-have. I really think this is a very beneficial relic, but it is in the shop, so you might not want to waste your selector, but I could see you using it to get this also. Okay, next up is Iwert. I know I'm messing up her name. I apologize, guys, but the servers also went down, so I have to use this backup footage. But when it comes to her relic weapons, I think the frost relic is really good, right? Because you could do that single DPS damage, but in PvP you need some AoE damage. So I think the fire relic and the wind relic is actually really good. Which one's better? Oh man, honestly it's a close tie, but I think the fire relic is more unique and lets you have more options, because fire relic, you could do the A3 AoE and then you could do the A2 for single target damage, right? So I think the fire relic does have an edge, and I think the fire relic is definitely a must-have for PvP. If you're really serious about PvP, I highly recommend you getting that fire relic, even though this video doesn't showcase it too well, but trust me, it is a strong relic. And lastly, we have Merlin. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I haven't used Merlin in so long, so you guys gonna have to ask someone else about Merlin. But Merlin's name come up a lot when it comes to discussing on what to use, what relics to go for. So just want to put this in the video, but me personally, I haven't used them in so long. I'm out of touch with Merlin, so don't want to steer you wrong. So I'm going to say this is the end of the video. I think we covered majority of the more interesting, more necessary relics in the game so far. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and if I missed something, just ask me in the comment section. I'll try to help you out that way. And with that being said, guys, hey, you guys take care and catch you on the next one. All right, peace. And use those selectors wisely, and it might be best just to hold on a few and not use them now.